Hello and welcome everybody to the Dog and Chicken Show Best of 2021, Part 7. Ooh, we're getting deep now. Hey, it's only like end of September. We're just knocking these things out. There's only oh shit. There's a lot to go. Okay, so hold with us. Preview for what you're going to see on this episode. I'll keep it brief. Episode 96, we talk a little bit about how crazy Mike Lindell and My Pillow are. Trump suing social media. Anybody remember that? Talk about it here. Phil talks about Marxism, so you know you're in for a good one. And South Africa and Cuban Civil War crisis. This is some pretty intense stuff, and this is something we should probably revisit here soon. This was a big deal last year. Episode 97, we didn't really have any highlights from because it was a historical voting episode, so if you want to catch the highlights of that, go back to episode 97 and watch that one through. That's going to be more for you historian buffs. But back to the highlights. Episode 98, we've got just more Biden failures. And little did we know how many more there would be in 2022. Can't wait till you see the best ofs of this year. Hoo boy. We talk about the stimulus checks. Remember how nice those were to get? Now here in 2022, we're paying for them, aren't we? We warned you. We fucking warned you. More vaccine talk, not that it's bad. It's all good. Everything is good. The vaccines are great. Oof. Windows Internet 95 makes an appearance on this one, and we get one of the greatest chugs in Dog and Chicken Show history at the end of this one from 98. And last but not least, a couple of highlights from episode 1999. No, sorry, just 99. We're not that cool yet. 1999 was one of the greatest years in music. I don't care what anybody fucking says. We talk some pug talk, and it gets a little spicy, if you can believe it. And then we really wrap it up with how big of a piece of shit Governor Cuomo is, and always will be. We've been telling you this for a long time. It was just nice to have it finally fucking confirmed. I'm Tony G. Thanks for tuning in. This is a really good episode. I promise you're not going to want to miss any of this. Hell, watch it on 1.5 speed if you have to. But I'm telling you, watch this thing the whole way through. This one's a doozy. You guys rock. Subscribe to us on Facebook. That's really what you got to do. You got to subscribe to the YouTube channel too. We're trying to get back to 200 subs, folks. Help us out. If you're not already subbed, you need to be subbing to this shit right now. And of course, the paid subscription on Facebook. It's $5 a month. You get to make us all drink at least 3 times a show at this rate. So it beats paying $5, $10, $15, $20 to make us take shots or chug beer. This is the best thing you can do, folks. I'm telling you, $5 a month each show. And we do 4 shows a month. You do the math. It's that simple. Anyways, here's the best of Part 7, 2021.
Happens probably at least 1,000 times in this country of like, yeah, my wife, she likes Biden, but I like Trump, or my husband likes Biden and I like Trump. Oh, you like these sheets, dear? You like them? Really
yeah, nice winky.
They're my pillow. No.
I haven't slept that good in ages. Well, they're Mike Lindell's. No.
I bought a My Pillow like 4 years ago. I bought it for my wife, and she didn't like it, like, for whatever reason, and so I was like, well, I'll fucking take it then.
Your wife's a liberal.
I am Mike Lindell, and type in promo code Q for 17% off of your My Pillow purchases. Unfortunately, upon hitting proceed to checkout, you will immediately be placed on an FBI watch list for My Pillow. That's unfortunate. These are all jokes, folks. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
All right, let's get into the story. Former President Trump is suing Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube for banning his accounts, arguing in remarks on Wednesday that they have violated his First Amendment right to free speech and illegal, unconstitutional censorship. Mr. Trump was barred from Twitter and Facebook after a mob of his supporters overran the Capitol in a deadly attack. We'll get to that on January 6th, with the company citing concerns that he would encourage more violence. We are demanding an end to the shadow banning A stop to the silencing and a stop to the blacklisting, banishing, and canceling that you know so well, Mr. Trump said on Wednesday. I am confident that we will achieve a historic victory for American freedom and at the same time, freedom of
President
speech.
Trump, by the way. They're wrong on that. That's President Trump, by the way.
Fair enough. I was just reading off the list. Anyway,
well, I mean, feel free to correct their bad. You'd think being journalists, having like past English classes, they would know this, but hey, what are you gonna do?
So let's go to Phil first. What are your thoughts?
If you throw in former,
yeah, or well, they
you don't have to. It's like even former senators.
Mr. Trump.
Well, no, even former senators and stuff, they just refer to them senator. It's kind of like when you become a doctor, you've earned doctor forever, even after you've retired. So it's the same with elected officials. So, I'm sorry that this particular journalist, they just weren't quite up to snuff. They got to go back to English Lit 101, but hey, it is what it is. Hey!
So Phil, what are your thoughts on this lawsuit? Like, is it got legs? What's good about it? What's bad about it?
Oh, I think it's definitely gonna. It's definitely gonna.
Are we doing a slow clap? Okay, no.
I was swatting the imaginary fly.
My friend.
Anyway.
Bye, kiddo.
What I think you're probably going to end up with this, the classic Trump way. It's just going to get settled out of court. It's like, all right, I can post again on Twitter and Facebook so long as a judge doesn't crack the gavel down and say, now all of my friends get to come back onto Twitter and Facebook. So, yeah, I think he might actually get something out of this because that's how Trump generally operates. I don't think this is going to get thrown out like the other lawsuits because this is, like, even the Supreme Court has stated that our current laws are not adequately addressing the current usage of the internet. And so, this one could now. God, could you imagine Trump's lawsuit getting argued before the Supreme Court?
Not this one.
Well, no. Could you imagine? Like, no. I just want to think in the hypothetical there. Think of could that be potentially a conflict of interest if it is a lawsuit brought about by a president that nominated you?
Okay, yeah, that's interesting.
Fascinating. Now, I think the justices will be able to say we had so few conversations that I'm not going to recuse myself, but that is one of those, that just occurred to me, and I'm just kind of thinking out loud, but I don't think there's ever been precedent for that in American history. We have had a president serve on the Supreme Court, but we've never had a president bring a lawsuit like this to the Supreme Court after being a president.
Problem with your analysis on this, Phil, is this is a class. I agree. The interesting concept of the Supreme Court and being nominated by him, but this is a class action lawsuit. It really doesn't have a lot of legs, in my opinion. I think this is gonna die really fucking fast. This is a pipe dream fucking lawsuit to get attention, to grift. I've seen it on Facebook. Everybody's like, do you support President Trump's class action lawsuit? Send money here. I'm like, oh God damn it. He's doing that again. Oh,
yeah. This is a way to get yourself seen on social media after you've been banished by social media.
Yep, that's what his from the desk of Donald Trump was all about. And I like how there's buttons so you can share it on Twitter and such. It's like, and if
Didn't you close it down?
I think it got closed down for a while. I don't know if it's back up yet, but it's one of those. And if you would like to just sacrifice your Twitter account for me, you can share me talking shit about Mitt Romney or something. I
think it's hilarious that people were more willing to storm the Capitol on his behalf than they were to sacrifice their social media accounts.
It's like, okay, I mean, we're not gonna sacrifice our Twitter.
Oh, absolutely, I'll go smash a window.
How are they gonna send their?
But no, I'm sure I can give up my Facebook.
How are they gonna send their selfies?
Don't
Is
fuck up the
Instagram
Celtics.
cool with them or not? I'm assuming not. They're owned by Facebook
Probably not.
now. So what's left? What's left? I mean, is Snapchat cool with them at this point?
He never joined Parlor. No, he never went anywhere else.
That's the best part about Parler.
Snapchat. He was on Snapchat. Snapchat killed him. Yeah.
Lefties, like, I'll get onto Twitch and listen to lefties like, there's nothing going on in Cuba. They're all so happy. They're protesting because they're protesting the fact that they're just so happy. You know, like, and so it's kind of funny when you're listening to the far
We're
lefties.
too happy. We need to be a little upset over here.
They really can't accept the problems of Marxism that are just right in front of their face, because then they have to re-examine the things that they think and re-examine their lives. And a lot of people don't like to do that. They just like to have confirmation bias. And so it's one of those like, well, how many times do you have to have it confirmed for you that Marxism in all of its forms is dog shit and doesn't work?
Right.
And we're seeing it right here before our very eyes. And even then, in 20 years, they'll be like, well, that wasn't real communism.
Lynn's fry box is turning me on.
You goddamn right. Hey, shout out to the one commenter. Hi, Stacy. I mean, Sarah. Hello.
Hi, Brandon. Go to bed, dude.
It's a hidden joke that I'm not going to fucking reference, but anyway.
So shit's fucked up all around the world, turns out, folks.
Go to bed,
see what
Brandon.
happens. I hope things improve for Cuba, because I'd love to be the people of Cuba to be free, and also, side benefit, Cuban cigars would be easier to get.
Yeah. And then South America's popping off. Like, so the problem with the Cuba and the South America thing, South Africa, there's so much happening in the moment. There's some really crazy things happening. Cuba specifically, they shut off the internet. So like these videos stopped. Like you're not seeing a lot of news coming out of there because they shut everything off. No internet. So DeSantis in Florida said, "Hey, Guantanamo Bay, we have internet access. We can spread it to the country. We can give internet to the island of Cuba and help everybody out." So that's great if they can do it, because you think, what was it in the 30s and 40s, or 40s and 50s in Europe? It was like radio free, like government fucking shut off all radio and nobody could like hear information, get information. It's kind of what's going on in Cuba right now. Like they have no TV, they have no internet. Like they're getting propaganda over the radio and not actually seeing what's really happening across the country. So that's scary as shit. But then in South America, like that, South America might even be way more crazy with the amount of videos we're seeing coming out of there. Like it's South Africa. Many. Did I say South America again? Sorry, South Africa.
You did.
There's so many fucking like tribes of and groups of people fighting each other right now. Like literally, like some of the videos we were seeing were people like standing like 10 or half mile down the road, just shooting at a crowd so they don't come up the hill, not knowing if they're actually hitting anybody or not. Like crazy shit. Like South Africa is fucking like it either is a failed state or damn near a failed state. We don't know everything right now, so like time will tell.
To the people that know South Africa and have like either family relations or friends there, as much as I say, it sounds like South Africa's been a failed state for at least the last 18 months.
Yeah.
So, and now it's just escalating. And when you get into South Africa, there's three essential players in the South Africa game, if you will, if this is a game of chess. There is the Zulu tribe.
Yep.
There is the Boers, which is the descendants of the Dutch immigrants. And then there is the often overlooked Khoisans people. The Khoisans are actually the original indigenous people of South Africa. The Zulu showed up either shortly before or right around the same time as the Boers in about the 1600s to South Africa. This is from what I've read. So, but what's fascinating is in South Africa, the Khoisan people have no representation. Like they have none, which is the most fascinating thing. And like everybody, like the Zulu, everybody mocks the Khoisan people, and they're the first ones, and they have no legal government representation. So, of all the things in South African life, that's the one that just kind of fascinates me the most.
I guess
kind
my
of
immediate-
like Native Americans don't have a lot of representation in the United States. So,
Right.
I mean, it's
I-
just kind of what happens when you conquer a country. It's really fucked up in a video game that, you know, the conquered people don't have any
No, this isn't
representation.
history. This ain't even a
Lynn
video
is
game.
learning. Yes.
Yeah.
just saying.
Yes.
Like,
That video, that great
Jeffrey?
classic PlayStation 2 video game. Like, it's a great multiplayer.
So
Talking
South
about
Africa,
risk,
like going back to the South
go to
Africa.
spirit world, Tommy.
Tommy, go to the spirit world. South Africa, like is this
My butterfly.
this particular part of the world is the highest separation of equality in the entire world. Like there's all kinds of images like this. I'll show you one. So they literally built a wall between there's a highway here. There's other ones where they actually build a wall between the neighborhoods. So like you can see wealthy area,
It's like Harvard, Nebraska.
and then yeah, kind of. But like this looks like something you would see in like a super impoverished like Brazil, like Argentina, like huts and like super poor area. And then across the street, like these beautiful homes, everything's beautiful and everything's great. So this has been like a class. I don't want to say it's a class warfare, but like there's a big class difference of poor and wealthy in South Africa, and a lot of what you're seeing, all the people on the right side of that highway, when they have a power shortage, when they have a water shortage, when they have a food shortage, guess who gets the privileges?
Wow.
It's not the people on the right side of the road.
It's not the impoverished, no.
So it is no wonder that they're looting, burning, and causing a ruckus. Like you know, like I get like we went through a whole summer of talking about how you shouldn't do this stuff and you shouldn't be burning down malls and buildings and whatnot. And you should be like focused on the government, because in America the class difference is not this bad. I
hate to make
there's instances where it's this bad in America.
Yeah.
But this entire country is like this. It is fucking awful. So I am the South Africa thing. Like they want to burn shit down. I got no skin in that game, so I'm not going to tell them not to do anything, because like these people are fucked. They've been fucked for a long time.
I hate to make this parallel, but I'm going to make this parallel. In the game chess, the pawns outnumber the king and queen by a pretty big majority. And if the pawns were allowed to move all at the same time, the game of chess would go a lot fucking differently.
Very good observation there. But yeah,
one thing I wanted to talk to, this is kind of a last minute story that I just pulled up. I haven't even shared it with Tony or Phil, so it won't be a big problem with Phil not being here, but Tony might be a little surprised with introducing this one. Rent moratoriums come to an end Saturday. Joe Biden has no plans to stop the rent or to extend rent moratorium. So I'm trying to remember. So it was like 6 million in March. And I want to say it's still like 3.5 million, close to that, still are behind on rent today. So come Saturday, landlords are going to be able to start evicting people that are not paying rent. So that's a scary deal. You know, because that, you know, $1,400 and then $600, you know, that, you know, technically it's $2,000. That was supposed to be enough to pay your rent for the year. Apparently, that's what the government helped you out with. But no, rent is due, and very potential. The potential of millions of people going homeless Saturday is 2 days away. This did not hit the news until I just saw articles on it this afternoon. I actually saw Jimmy Dore was the one talking about it. And I'm like, well, no fucking way. A YouTuber's got to fucking bring it up. 2 days beforehand, and then Twitter kind of blew up with it today as well. So yeah, way to fucking go. Like 3+ million people likely going to get kicked out this weekend. Now, not to say it's all like scary landlords are bad. No, that's not where I was going either.
Sorry.
But like landlords are actually, saying, hey, like, we don't want to have to kick them out either, but we still need, like, we got bills to pay. Like, where's the government rent assistance? Like, to make sure if you're going to give assistance and create something like this, instead of just giving people stimulus checks, why didn't you give them rent assistance to where, they get money and then they have to pay us, and we could discount that and maybe get a tax break. Like, there's a bunch of fucking things that you could have done to prevent this from coming, but you're 2 days out. You're fucking 2 days out from these people getting evicted, and you've done jack shit.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure Biden signed like 9,000 executive orders, and I'm pretty sure they all meant something important.
Listen here, fat.
This had to be one. Oh, sorry. My bad. You're right. My bad.
No, this is just really, really sad to see that. Let's see. I've saved each check and tax refund. Just bought the house. Trump saved me from this. Yeah. There you go. Some people weren't as smart with their money, though. There's, like I said, 3 million or more potential.
Yeah, the people that really fucked around and wasted these checks because they thought this was all over. I mean, just what were you thinking? Down, Simba! Sorry, I was just yelling at my tiger.
Yeah, and then you got assholes like me that bought guns and stocked up on ammo.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're in that group.
And a lot of liquor.
Well, okay. No, those are essential. We dubbed liquor stores essential.
There's the only stores that were still open. Only stores that were still open. Gun stores and liquor stores. Like, that's the only place I could shop.
So, okay, yeah, technically, yeah, you did the American thing until now. Now you're a piece of
shit. Yeah. Now definitely I am a piece of shit. So you're getting into the vaccine mandate thing, so we can start there, I guess. It's a good segue into some of these stories. So I don't have an article pulled up because there's no definite anything on any of this. Now I've seen so they wanted to do federal employees across the board mandated to get vaccines was kind of what they were talking, but U.S. Postal Service Union or whatever came out and said, nope, we're not fucking doing that. So that was like, I think, the first domino to fall. Now it sounds like it's kind of, we're going to say you have to get the vaccine, and if not, you have to be subject to testing on a regular basis, which, okay, like, then test them. Like, you can't do a PCR test because they're eliminating that one. It sounds like at the end of the year. So I hope you're using a reliable test. And I don't know, are you going to draw blood? It takes a couple days to figure out. And the problem is the science that they're using on this is not even some of the articles that I've seen posted. I think Sagar and Crystal, they used to do The Hill. Now they have their own YouTube channel. They actually went through and they found like the study that says, between the Delta variant and whatnot, if you're vaccinated, like you're still not at huge risk or huge harm. And you're, it didn't make none of it made sense. And the CDC's using data from different variants in India, I believe was the model they were using, and they were using totally different vaccines over there. So it doesn't make any fucking sense to use the information from a different country on a different continent using different vaccines with a different variant, and then use that data to instruct people in the United States on where you should have a vaccine and wear a mask. Like, none of it makes sense. Everybody's been saying, follow the science, listen to the science, until the science doesn't make sense. And they say the science changed. No, the science never changed. You just cherry picked what you wanted to present to us. That's basically what I'm seeing right now.
Oh, well. How are we doing, you beautiful gentlemen and all you beautiful people this evening? You thought you were almost going to make it without your King of Extreme coming. Now, gentlemen, there was a subject that came up a little earlier that was near and dear, close to my heart, that I feel needs to be addressed now. Oh, and you're getting an echo with Phil KOE. That's amazing. You're getting 2 Phils for the price of 1. Who is that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
because I'm getting an echo back at me. But anyways, so
I'm not getting
let me
an
know
echo.
if you're getting it in the audience, folks. But I'm taking my headphones off because this is something what I'm drinking tonight is beautiful. God's own cow's milk right here. And here we go. Ziggy, zaggy, 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 zaggy.
Yeah, and Phil, I think your mic is the wrong one's hooked up. I think that's why you got such a feedback loop.
Did this motherfucker just chug a goddamn
Whoa!
vitamin?
Yes! For the cows, motherfucker! Yeah! Woo! Yes, that just happened. This has been an amazing evening. It's been one where I think we will find out tomorrow whether the Dog and Chicken Show right here is a new home for you to catch all of your big Buckin Empire entertainment. But folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us this evening on the Dog and Chicken Show.
Yes, buffering. Speaking of buffering, this is pre-recorded, folks, so apologize. As normal, we will be back for episode 100 live next week, but that doesn't mean you have to stop and slow down. Drink along with us as the drinking words scrolling across the screen down below. 100, police, anti-vax, and Tony's kids are not there, so we're counting on the pugs to get us to drink tonight.
Yeah, as Phil found out the last couple times he came over and recorded some videos, they're almost more distracting. So anything could happen.
Yeah,
Bill?
we will see.
Bill,
Yeah.
did you get anything on your pant leg?
No, nothing like that.
Just checking.
Not from the bugs.
Not from the bugs.
Extra laundry tonight. Ew.
Oh, speaking of you, should we jump into our first story?
Yes.
It's like, no, we're not cutting that out. Fuck that. That was funny.
My pugs barked, so drink.
I'll drink. Oh yeah, I get my first drink now. Mm-hmm.
You fucking asshole! God damn it! I took a drink and I clicked on the private chat where I asked, "How do I look?" Chicken said, "Sexy." I almost spit it out.
Woo!
So what do you make of that, Woodford? You know how much we do love our Woodford here at the Big Buckin Empire.
It was worth it. Holy shit, this is good. Even Tony will like this. It's got a little kick to it.
Oh,
okay.
excellent.
Is it sweet or all heat?
No, it's sweet. It's sweet and heat.
It's
It's not too much heat though.
Maybe.
I don't like a ton of heat, but like it's still there. The heat's still there. Just a little bit, just a little tinkle. Still just hanging on.
Okay.
You're gonna love this. This is good stuff.
Good.
Well. Well, so
right,
get
move
your
it.
ass over here.
All right, yeah. Get your ass over there.
Right in the middle
Okay.
of something, Phil.
Put
We got
it
phones.
back. Put it back on your pants.
So, Bill de Blasio, he sure sucks shit, doesn't he?
Yes.
Bringing
yes.
it back, folks. Bringing it back.
So any
No, wait. What were we talking about? I was
anything
just
else?
bringing up Bill de Blasio sucks shit.
Anything else about De Blasio, or should we move on to the other shithole in New York?
Yeah, let's. This one's gonna be a little more delicious.
This one is way more delicious. This is one of those ones you almost feel bad about laughing at, and you're like, finally, yes, fuck yes. You like cheered when you saw it, because we cheered when we saw the other 15 fucking articles like this, and we're hoping this is the final nail in the coffin because El Presidente has jumped on board. Biden calls on Cuomo to resign after bombshell sexual harassment report comes out today, August 3rd. President Joe Biden.
Like a year ago?
No, this is just out today. The stories are from a year
because
ago.
I could have swore we were talking about this like a year ago.
We were.
Yeah.
We were.
But as much as I hate to say,
Huh.
when a Democrat president signs on to it, all right, folks at home, I've just
It's
got one
over.
thing to say. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Yep, we got him. Like, that's it. It's Cuomo,
Yes,
pack
yes.
up. You're done. Like, this is it. Like, you've hit the wall now. Like, we've all been waiting for it, but yep, now Trump called on Cuomo to resign, but again, a Republican calling on a Democrat to resign is just a Republican doing their job that day. Okay,
Well,
so
that
that's
alone
not.
gives you another term if a Republican has the audacity to do that.
Yeah,
in the Constitution.
in heavy blue districts, actually, yes, you're right, T. That's just that's almost like Cuomo's like, oh, thank God. Oh man, I was afraid I was gonna have to campaign there for a minute, but
yeah, I might have to actually listen to these 11 women.
Oh boy.
Anyway,
So 11,
Tony,
that seems like a lot.
It does, Tony. I think the last time we talked about Cuomo was up to 6. Was it 6 or 7?
It's almost like this has been going for a while. I hate to beat a dead horse here, but
we kind of talked about it for like 3 weeks in a row, and we're like, oh, now it's 4 women. Oh, now it's 5 women.
Yeah.
And then by the end of that night, it was like 7. Like,
did I like go into a Rip Van Winkle deep sleep and just not? Did I miss a bunch of stuff? I don't understand. You'd think we would have been hearing about this for the last year.
Yep. If you were here at the Dog and Chicken Show, you have been. For those just listening, we have the story pulled up. Key points for this story. President Joe Biden called on Democratic New York Governor Andrew Cuomo to resign Tuesday following a report that said Cuomo sexually harassed 11 women. Quote, he should resign, Biden told reporters at the White House. Asked whether Cuomo should be removed from office if he refuses to resign, Biden said, I understand the state legislature may decide to impeach. I do not know that for a fact. End quote.
Can you read that last one again there just real quick?
Asked whether Cuomo should be removed from office if he refuses to resign, Biden said, end quote, I understand the state legislature may decide to impeach. I do not know that for a fact. End quote. I'm sure it sounded. I'm sure I can finish a little more like this.
The state can impeach, but no, when
state legislators here, fat, they decide to impeach.
Donald
Trump's your president. I mean, I do not know that for a fact.
How much do you suppose Andrew Cuomo has to be shitting a chicken right now when he reads this? Because it's one thing, like, not only should he resign, but hey, the legislature can impeach, and that's the president of your own party coming down on you.
Yep.
I wouldn't give to be a fly on the wall.
One thing he said the other day to reporters, which he's absolutely. This was after I think he said the whole like the children drinking children's blood thing. Right after that, he said, I am the Democratic Party, which was like horrible timing to say that. But he's right. He is, in this context, he is the Democratic Party. So
oh boy. But yeah, like now again, get away with it. Regardless of what method it is that Cuomo's going down, couldn't happen to a nicer guy. What can I say?
Yeah.
What can I say?
This is all well-deserved recognition. Couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Here we go. There's a 165-page report which comprises of interviews with 179 witnesses and reviews of tens of thousands of documents. Also said that Cuomo's office was riddled with fear and...
How many?
All right. Let me read it again. There's a 165-page report which comprises interviews of 179 witnesses and a review of tens of thousands of documents. Also said that Cuomo's office was riddled with fear and intimidation and was a hostile work environment for many staffers.
179 witnesses? Tens of thousands of documents?
Yes.
I'm going to say it one more time, folks. We've been saying this shit for a year. But no. You're right. There are more important things to do, like yell at people for not wearing the fucking cloth and shame people for not getting stabbed with a fucking needle. And there's an election. And, we just don't have time for all this. There's allegations. It doesn't matter that there are 179 fucking witnesses. Are you fucking kidding me?
Tony, welcome to political power. Remember that Sin City speech? Power doesn't come from a badge or a gun. It comes from lying big and getting everybody to believe it. When you can get somebody to say something they know isn't true, you got them by the balls. And there you go. The Cuomos have had New York by the balls for several generations now.
Let's go back in time at the beginning of COVID, because Cuomo was actually one of the only Democratic governors that actually was like, hey, we're not going to take rights from our citizens. Like the first 2 weeks of like potential lockdowns, he was one of the ones that was like, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. And then when shit hit the fan in New York and cases went crazy high and deaths started going crazy, that motherfucker never came back after that. He flipped that switch 180 and was like, fuck you, you do what I tell you to, or you're all going to die. And if you don't want to die and you don't do what I tell you to, fuck you, I'm going to kill you. Like, so here's my biggest problem with this. Nothing against the 11 women accusing him of anything. Nothing at all against them. But he potentially killed and more than likely did kill, just like without saying it, 15,000 fucking people during COVID by being irresponsible with the information and putting people into nursing homes. Like, at what point is he going to be held accountable for that?
I think we're seeing it finally.
Thank you, 11 women. Thank you, 11 women, for speaking your truth and coming out. But seriously, is wokeness what's going to take this fucking guy down? I hope it's not that. I really hope that there's some real strong claims there. I really hope his staff went against him. And I fucking hope this guy burns in hell for what he did. He is one of the most, through all of COVID, all the shitty, terrible things we've seen, from fucking child suicides to fucking grandmas not being able to see their fucking families for their last fucking like days over this goddamn virus that's gone through. I hope this fucker burns in hell. This is unforgivable. Anybody who has ever sided with this guy in any of these shitty decisions, unforgivable. Unforgivable. This guy is dirt beneath my toes.
It's amazing to think back, because if you listen to some of our, yes, indeed, here.
Yeah, I mean, sorry.
Motherfucker spitting. But if you listen back to some of those first...
How dare you not thumbs up this video after Chicken just dropped that? If you're listening, you better thumbs zip this after Chicken just started spitting them truths. So.
Not only that, but you should also like, share, subscribe. But it's interesting if you go back and listen to some of our first live shows, especially when we talk about him, because we were ready to write him in as the next fucking president at the beginning.
He had it.
He was red hot. He had a huge approval rating. He looked like $1 million on a headline. And boy, like you said, the fucking 180 that he took was just insane. And here we are. And then the fucking allegations started coming in. The deaths started piling up. And it's a year later. Again, this is a fucking year later. And we're just now getting around. But I'm sure glad it took till August for Biden to come around on this one.
You know, we had to give him a chance to kill another 15,000.
Well, yeah, exactly. We had to make sure those first 100 days we got all the executive orders out of the way.
I think
insulin unaffordable again.
Like, even the most devil's advocate position that one could take, you have to unambiguously say that the hospital issue, the nursing home issue in New York, is unambiguously Cuomo's fault. Like, even if you still happen to be one of Cuomo's biggest supporters, you have to come to terms with the fact that is unambiguously his fault.
That's spot on.
And that segues right into the January 6th commission.
How? I don't know, but I'm riveted.
Let me just show you an image and you'll know. How dare you censor me, Tony? How dare you?
It's for your own
good. Do not censor me. Yeah, this is for your own good. So, okay.
This is one of two Republicans that voted to impeach Donald Trump along with Liz
I
Cheney.
thought that was one of the Capitol Police
No,
officers.
no. This is one of the guys on the commission that cried in quotations. I don't know. His actually seemed like a little bit more sincere than everybody else's. Definitely way more sincere than our friend Schiff. Adam Schiff's.
Oh Jesus! Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, okay,
guy.
like he's like Mark Zuckerberg. He's the same machine that Zuckerberg's made out of. So it's like initiate tears sequence 3. Like so I don't think anything that ever comes out of Adam Schiff is anything but performative.
Yeah. Well, and nothing that we've seen out of these testimonies, I don't think was anything short of performative as well. This was the most. I see why everybody was like, nope. We already know what happened. We don't need a commission for this, because this is exactly what everybody thought it was going to be. They handpicked and selected certain people to testify that had obvious political leanings and were using rhetoric and flat out fucking lying at times.
Allegedly.
No. This is not allegedly. Here you go. This is an actual lie that came out of this. So Officer Brian Sicknick that we found had a stroke after the riots had ended. He did not get seriously injured at the riots. He texted his brother, said, I'm fine. I got a little bear mace. Everything's cool. And then wasn't until way later has a stroke, goes to the hospital and passes away. They flat out say in this testimony to have a moment of silence for our downed officer who was killed at the riot. It's a lie. It's a bold-faced fucking lie. These guys are not under oath. And then they were calling everybody who stormed the Capitol that day, at the Capitol, around the Capitol, in the Capitol, whatever, referred to all of them as terrorists. This language got very dangerous at certain times here. No matter what you think happened at the Capitol, you can be super upset about it. You can be mad at everybody who went in there. But to start calling people who believed in something stupid as a conspiracy theory and QAnon shit as terrorists starts getting a little dicey.